Good evening, everyone. Today is a meeting of the Pascack Valley Regional High School District Board of Ed for Monday, May 23rd, 2022. We would like to start with a roll call, please.
Mr. Blunda.
Here.
Here's Jenny.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Dr. Blundy. Here. Mr. Luisi.
Here.
Mrs. Martin.
Here.
Ms. Molinelli.
Present.
Mr. Stankus.
Here.
Ms. Steffens. Ms. Varghese. Here. Mr. Weaver.
Here. Great. All right. If everyone could please join me with a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And for those of you that don't recognize, Cindy Kirk is filling in for Yas this evening, our ABA, right? Is that the right title? Yes, Assistant BA. So I wanted to make sure everybody recognized you. So adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by mailing copies of said notice to the record, filing copies of said notice with the municipal clerks of Hillsdale, Montvale, Rivervale, and Woodcliff Lake, and publishing said notice in the record on May 18th, 2001. We will start tonight with the monthly reports, and Dr. Fishbein, you're on.
Well, I'm going to let Evan go first because I'm going to read Hillary because she's out today.
You're on, Evan.
This is the Pascack Valley Monthly Student Report for May. For the first classroom item, senior Italian students will be traveling to Italy from May 26th to June 4th. They will finally meet in person with the students and teachers from our exchange high school, Liso Rossi in Massa, a city located on the northern coast of Tuscany. Have a wonderful trip. For the second classroom item, students from Miss Leo Drago and Miss Sanchez's Spanish for Heritage class debuted their podcast last week. It is called La Hora del Café and is available on Spotify. In other related world language news, Pascack Valley students and teachers are planning to host a multicultural festival in the fall. More details to come in the future. For the final classroom item, on Thursday, May 20th, Pascack Valley choirs presented their annual spring choir concert titled Stars I Shall Find. The repertoire included classical, gospel, blues, pop, contemporary, choral songs, as well as some jazz standards. We had a guest bassette and two outstanding violinists from Pascack Hills who also shared their talents. On Tuesday, May 24th at 6 p.m., Pascack Valley's music department will present an end-of-year music gala celebrating graduating musicians from both the band and choir. The evening will feature senior awards, performances, and a reception to follow. The event is free for the community. Both Mrs. Safari and Mr. Pasquale are excited to present this night for the first time and to celebrate the gifted musicians they have pleasure to work with. We hope to see you all on Tuesday, May 24th at 6 p.m. in the school's auditorium. For co-curricular items, the Habit for Humanity Club donated $4,000 to the Bergen Community Habit for Humanity organization. Led by advisors Jim Cleary and Chris Ginta, the group raised the money over the past several years. The club presented the check to the organization on Thursday, May 19th. For the second co-curricular item, Pascack Valley High School invites the community to the Pascack Valley Arts Festival and Fashion Show, Look Book Live 2022, on Wednesday, May 25th. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. As you enter the building from the side parking lot, please stop to view the STEM displays before continuing to the fashion show. There will also be student artwork exhibits, including photography, drawings, paintings, and ceramic sculptures. The fashion show, Look Book Live 2022, will begin promptly in the cafeteria at 7 p.m. and end at 7:30 p.m. This year's fashion show, Look Book Live 2022, features original clothing created by Fashion Design and Clothing's Construction students under the guidance of Mrs. Aneta Molino, family and consumer science teacher. The inspired creations will be modeled by PV students and accompanied by generational music. The event is entirely organized and presented by students interested in the garment industry. All are welcome and admission is free. For the final co-curricular item, the PVB Club had a very busy month. We received 2 brand new hives on campus, bringing our number up to 3 hives. The club also hosted a honey testing session for Bring Your Child to Work Day. The kids loved trying the honey and were the most expressive in their descriptions. Michelle Piccolini and Christina Lindstrom created a one-week pollinator unit for their freshman biology students where they learned about the ecological and economical importance of honeybees. Students also had a full honey testing lesson where they tested 5 honey variants and rated them on flavor, color, and texture. For part of their lab, students created and planted seed balls filled with soil and native pollinator seeds, which are sealed up in clay and tossed into areas to encourage flowers to grow. The entire unit was a tremendous success, enjoyed by students and teachers. For athletic items, congratulations to Pascack Valley Girls Lacrosse seniors Mary Luz and Abby Ewell for achieving 100 points over the course of their high school careers. It is a remarkable accomplishment for both players. Congratulations to Mary, Abby, the coaches, and the entire team. For the second athletic item, congratulations to Pascack Valley head softball coach Lauren Baxick for being named Big North Division Coach of the Year. The softball team had a tremendous season, making it to the second round of states. The Coach of the Year award tops off the wonderful season. Congrats to Coach Baxick and the entire softball team. For the final athletic item, congratulations to the following senior football players who recently chose to continue playing college football, or continue playing football next year in college. Nick Messina, Muhlenberg University, Matt Bell, King's College, and Nick Savriego, Plymouth State University, football and wrestling. Good luck next year in college. A fun fact, Valley Cup competitions continue as we get closer to the end of the year. Valley Cup number 4 is being held during the week of May 23rd. There are dress-up days and many events planned for the culminating Valley Cup assembly on Friday, May 27th. Good luck to all the grades in the final week of Valley Cup. And for the joke of the day, which bird should you never let into a jewelry store? A robin.
Ah, there you go. All right, very good, thank you.
This concludes my report for the May.
All right, Evan. All right. I'm subbing for Hillary Siegel today for the Pascack Hills Student Report. She could not make it, but she sent her notes. Pascack Hills Arts Festival will take place on Thursday, May 26th from 7 to 9. There'll be live music, fashion, art, and photography on display. Create your own, created by your very own students. There'll also be cupcakes served, so please stop by. May is AAPI Heritage Month, and to celebrate and honor all their contributions, the Asian Cultural Club has hung information posters all throughout the school. Asian and Pacific Islanders have had a tremendous impact on American history and culture. Item 3, the Earth Day cleanup that was supposed to take place at the end of the month has been postponed and will now take place on May 26th. The Earth Club has some great goals to clean up our school grounds and make the earth cleaner. As far as co-curricular, I was just at the baseball game and Pascack Hills beat Pascack Valley. I got to say that because I'm reading for Pascack Hills right now.
So you remember where you went to high school, right?
I do remember where I went to high school, yep. But I had no biases
No,
during
you
the game.
can't, I know.
At all. This past Saturday was the annual Relay for Life, which the Teens Against Cancer Club, as well as several other clubs, participated in. I'm told they raised just under $15,000. It took place at Pascack Valley from 3 to 10:30 p.m. as part of a movement dedicated to saving lives of people who have cancer. The PH Cares Club had several different ways of honoring May as Mental Health Awareness Month. They encouraged students to wear green, which is the color of mental health awareness, earlier this month, as well as a library display set up and proclamations of support throughout the school. Becca's Closet held 3 different pop-up shops throughout the first 2 weeks of May for students who were looking to dress especially well for the prom this season. There were dresses of all shapes and sizes and colors. It was a very nice shopping experience for the Hill students. Athletics, with spring sports seasons coming to an end, a big congratulations is due to all the athletes who put their best foot forward in the different sports, especially the seniors who played or will be playing their last time as a Bronco. Great job, everyone. I'll do the fun fact. The very much anticipated Powder Puff football game will happen on tomorrow, Tuesday the 24th at 5:30 on the football field. It's an event where junior girls will be competing against senior girls in flag football game. Everyone is encouraged to come and support their classmates. Joke of the day. What do you call a bear with no teeth?
A gummy bear.
There you go.
All right, Jim. Do you have announcements of your
I'm
own?
good.
Okay. So we do have one other item under routine matters, and that's the minutes from May 9th. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Dr. Blondie? Mr. Luisi?
Yes.
Mrs. Martin?
Abstain?
Ms. Malinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Stankus?
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Abstain.
Mr. Blondell?
Yes. Okay. We move to, I believe, the student recognition. And we have a bunch of students that we want to congratulate today. Whereas Talia Atkinson, a junior at Pascack Hills, recently had her painting miming displayed at the Fairlawn Library in the Pine Gallery as part of the Congressional Art Competition. Congressman Josh Gottheimer was there to congratulate Tala and other high school artists from our district. Tala won the competition, and her artwork will hang in the U.S. Capitol representing our congressional district. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Pascack Valley High School District Board of Education recognize and commend Talia for her outstanding achievement. Congratulations. That's great. Let her come down for pictures. Fantastic. The next one is the NJSIAA Scholar Athlete Award. Whereas Drew Patachia, hope I said that right, a senior at Pascack Valley High School, and Eli Bear, a senior at Pascack Hills High School, the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association Award. This award is given to a high school senior who plays an NJSIAA varsity sport, possesses a cumulative grade point average of no less than a 3.0, and exhibits outstanding school and community citizenship. Drew is on the varsity wrestling and golf teams, and Eli is on the varsity track teams, cross country, winter, and spring. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Pascack Valley Regional High School District Board of Ed recognize and commend Drew and Eli for their outstanding achievements. Okay. We got the pictures, we're good. The next is for the 2022-2023 All-State Mixed Choir. Whereas the following students were accepted to the 2022-2023 All-State Mixed Choir: Nicole Choi, Riley Haworth, and Evelyn Higgins. Riley goes to Pascack Hills, Nicole and Evelyn go to Pascack Valley. These students have been accepted based on their audition, which included a rigorous process during which they had to perform a solo, a quintet, and scales. They will perform in 2 concerts, one at Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City on Friday, November 11th, 2022 at 8 p.m., and the other concert at NJ Pack in Newark on Sunday, November 20th, 2022 at 3 p.m. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Pascack Valley Regional High School District Board of Ed recognize and commend Nicole, Riley, and Evelyn for their outstanding achievement. The Kocha Foundation of Italian Studies and Student Award. Whereas Peyton Gallo, a freshman at Pascack Valley High School, and Jake Hanau, a junior at Pascack Valley High School, are the recipient of this year's Kocha Foundation Italian Studies Student Award. The Joseph and Elda Kocha Institute at Montclair State University recognizes students who demonstrate exemplary performance in their study of the Italian language. The student awards are made possible through a generous grant from the Paragano Family Foundation. Now therefore it be resolved that the Pascack Valley Regional High School District Board of Ed recognize and commend Peyton and Jake for their outstanding achievements. Great. New Jersey Council for Social Studies. Whereas the following students have been recognized by the New Jersey Council for Social Studies. Treyi Jai? Sorry, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. A junior at Pascack Hills High School, is recognized for her contributions to social studies education at Pascack Valley High School. She was awarded a certificate to commemorate her leadership, engagement, and excellent grades by the NJCSS. Treyi's name will be added to the NJCSS Hall of Fame. Karina Shaw, a junior at Pascack Valley High School, was recognized for her contributions to social studies education in the areas of motivation, leadership, scholarship, and her work to the Asian Culture Club at Pascack Valley High School. The following students from Pascack Valley High School are also being recognized by the NJCSS for excellence in history. Benjamin Carter, Brendan Noon, and Abigail Ewell, who are all seniors at Pascack Valley, are recognized by the NJCSS for excellence in history. Benjamin, Brendan, and Abigail are founding members and club officers of the Pascack Valley High School History Club. Now therefore be it resolved that the Pascack Valley Regional High School District Board of Education recognize and commend these students for their outstanding.
Slide over.
Congratulations to all the students, fantastic achievements, and we're proud to have you as part of our district. I always want to make sure everyone knows you're welcome to stay for the rest of our meeting, but if you want to leave, now's a good time, and I'll let you guys shuffle out and then we'll get started again. But please feel free to stay. open our comments from the public. Citizens are invited to make comments regarding agenda items, but we're going to make an exception for this one, so you don't have to wait the whole meeting, and are limited to 3 minutes according to the Pascack Valley Regional High School District Board of Ed Policy 0167. Persons wishing to speak must, upon being recognized, rise, sign in, state your name, town of residence, and which agenda item you are referencing. So if you can just say your name and your town, and then repeat what you told us kind of off the record.
Sure. Okay. So hi, everyone. My name is Karina Shaw. I'm a junior at Pascack Valley, and I'm a resident of Hillsdale. I've lived here my entire life, and because this is a predominantly white town, I'm also a minority female of color. And unfortunately, throughout my entire life, I have been victim of racism and discriminatory behavior from my peers and just community members in general. And so it has always been a goal of mine to become an advocate of my Indian heritage and culture, and make this community more exclusive and diverse. And this is definitely one of my goals, not just as a student of PV, but I hope to continue this throughout my entire life. So as the president of the Asian Cultures Club, a few of us have come together, and next Thursday on June 2nd at Beechwood Park in Hillsdale, we will be hosting the Asian Cultures Night in celebration of AAPI Heritage Month. And especially with the rise in hate crimes against the Asian community, especially due to COVID-19, we really hope to bring light to this minority community in Hillsdale and in neighboring towns. And feature different ethnic performances, Korean performances, Filipino, Indian, Pakistani, Japanese, and Chinese, and so many more ethnic performances. And we really hope for all the community members to come together, have a great time, and also leave this event being a better educated and more well-informed resident of Hillsdale and also global citizen. And hopefully through this event, we can recognize the diversity of our world, the diversity of just being humans, and we can slowly strip away at the deeply rooted racism that is unfortunately prevalent within our community, and we can make the much needed change needed to be made so we can become a more harmonious community. And I really hope that this event is successful and everybody joins. So again, this event will be held on June 2nd, next Thursday at 6 p.m. at Beechwood Park, and it's going to be a free event open to anyone. And again, we really hope you enjoy the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay. We are still open to the public on agenda items. Oh, thought we had somebody, but we don't. Seeing no hands, we will close to the public for now. And we have 2 items on policy, 2 consent agenda items. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Dr. Bondi?
Yes.
Mr. Luisi?
Yes.
Mrs. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Malinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Stankus?
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. Bondo?
Yes. For education, we have 3 consent agenda items. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. I would like to know a little bit more about how the summer reading list is selected. Is there a strategy? Do they take into consideration what's happening in the world? I mean, it's a really long list from what I remember when my kids
It's a
were-
long list, but, so students have options to pick from by grade level. So it's not, if you don't like one book, you can pick other books. So they do try to pick from a wide range of interests in there. And I think in the packet, it gave you some background of about each book.
Yeah, in that Friday briefing.
Yep.
Like the themes, that each
Yeah.
grade level is based on a theme.
I was just wondering the thinking behind, like, why these books? I guess there was a group of people
Well,
that-
once there's a theme, they try to get a wide variety, so if a student, if we only gave one and a student really
No,
didn't
I
like it, they
understand
may
that.
not. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Okay, any other comments, discussion?
I'm very happy that they have selection now. That wasn't always the case, and like you
Yep.
were saying, if it wasn't a good fit, it wasn't a
Right.
good fit. So I think
good.
that the diversity here is
Absolutely.
much more appealing to students.
What's the expectation for the assignment?
It varies based on teacher, so everybody has to at least be prepared to come ready to speak about it, but then different teachers and different grade levels. So some of these are grade level, but then as you get into your junior and senior year, it's courses. So it depends on what class they're in. I've had things where they've done some Socratic seminars, pretty intense, and then I've had some teachers with my students, with my children, who was a little more simple. So I think it varies.
Are they graded assignments?
They have been.
I know my kids weren't, but like you said, every teacher is different. Evan, do you have any experience you want to share?
I mean, this year, it's like depending on like our class for English, we had like 4 options you could pick from. And depending on how many kids like read the book, it's like a different assignment. Like if you were the only kid who read the book, you had to write like a paragraph in like the book and like answer a couple questions. But like 8 or 9 kids read it, you'd have a Socratic seminar. So like in our class it was like kind of balanced, like 4 or 5 kids read all the books, so we had a Socratic seminar. But like I know she was saying like in her other classes, like there was like 1 or 2 kids who only read 1 book, so I had to like have a different assignment for them. But it was graded, like we had, like, got a grade for it and everything.
I think generally there's some kind of grade,
Usually.
but the weight value definitely differs.
Any other discussion on this? Roll call?
Dr. Bondi?
Yes.
Mr. Luisi?
Yes.
Mrs. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Malinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Stankus?
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. Bondo?
Yes. Looks like we have 9 items on the consent agenda for human resources. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion.
I am wondering if we could get a report about the internships and the extent to which COVID messed that up in this last year. I know that we were one of the leaders really in the county when it came to internships. And, you know, I see we've got, 5 students that are,
Those are,
Yeah.
I think those
it's
are
different. It just
teaching
It
interns.
just flagged my memory that I'm interested in the students and what the plan is for the fall to get back into the internship game, because I was very proud of that in our district.
Right.
So,
I mean, I know we're still doing it. Like,
Yeah.
we're still, I think we have-
Kids are involved
Yeah.
in their internships
I think
fully
Valley to
this year.
Hills.
and they're on site.
Yep.
They're
at
on
the
site, so they
location.
come, I think instead of going to the last 2 periods, they come
Yeah.
and on site and every day they're there.
Yep.
And actually I mean, I am a huge fan of it.
Next year, the one at Valley is huge, like
We've
close to
actually
100.
hired some of the students, like, one of the interns we have from Hills, we hired her throughout the summer, like paid program. So, I mean, we've actually, it's a great,
Good, I'm glad to hear
Yeah.
that.
It never really stopped. My daughter, who was a senior last year, was in the program, and at the beginning of the school year, it was the end of 2020, there were a lot of false starts, and you would, if the school closed or went remote, then you couldn't go. But they did muddle through it, or muscle through it is probably a better word,
I heard
to keep
a
it
mixed
running.
bag on how it all came together.
It wasn't as great as it was the year before or the year after, but it didn't stop, which was, I think, a testament to the team that manages it.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that.
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Dr. Bondi?
yes.
Mr. Luisi?
Yes.
Mrs. Martin?
Yes.
Oh,
Identity crisis?
M, she went at M.
our birthdays are
Trust me,
close. Sorry.
Ms. Malinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Stankus?
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. Bondo?
Yes. We have 14 items on the finance consent agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
We have a lot of nice donations.
Yeah, I should read those out. We usually do. Okay, so, again, I'm going to do my best. A lot of these are for the end of the year scholarships, that it's time to start collecting that. So there's $1,000 from Robert Pacino for the Loreza Scholarship, $500 from Al Taliaferro for the Warren Lizelle Scholarship, the Loreza family for the Loreza Scholarship, the Kochia Foundation was $250, and Loreza gave $1,000. John Ho, $500 for Follow Your Heart to Your Cancer Scholarship. Jean Haas Foundation was $2,500 to the robotics team. There was an anonymous one for the wrestling team. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, $25 to the PV tennis team. Erica Franceschi, $500 to the Hills Connor Donahue Scholarship. And the Directors of Guidance, $500 for the Hills Director of Guidance Award Scholarship. So thank you all. And there's others that have come in or will come in, and if we didn't read it, it wasn't intentional, but it's important to recognize and appreciate these donations to help our students. So thank you for reminding me of that. Any other discussion on any finance items? Okay, we'll have a roll call, please.
Dr. Blondie.
Yes.
Mr. Luisi.
Yes.
Mrs. Martin.
Yes.
Ms. Malinelli.
Yes, but abstain on 8.
Mr. Stankus.
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes, but abstain. Hang on, sorry.
14?
Was it 15? No, 13.
13.
Mr. Weaver.
Yes.
Mr. Blundell.
Yes. Okay, we are up to item 11, old business, and I believe we have a curriculum and technology committee report from Mr. Stankus.
Yes, that's right. The Curriculum and Technology Committee met on May 4th, and 2 weeks after that, last week, we had the larger group meeting. But I'll talk about the small group meeting because there were a lot of topics on this one, as there usually is. All right. So we went over the curriculum plan, and the curriculum goes through a 5-year cycle. And so we talked about curriculum areas under evaluation, like the business department is having new courses, accounting programs, new finance courses. The art department is aligning standards, ELA is aligning standards. The curriculum under revision, we have the elements of financial literacy. We have a new one called American Pop Music, which I think was pretty interesting. It used to be rock, and it used to be a half-year course, and now they want to make it a full year, and they want to incorporate all the different styles of music. So in order to cover all the styles, it's pop music. We have the Spanish heritage speakers. This is an honors option for students. Another exciting one is the AP seminar program. If you're unfamiliar with that, AP College Board has several courses that they offer. It's college level courses. You take an exam at the end, but this one is different. This one is about independent research. And basically, it's a master's level thesis that the students work on. So it's pretty amazing. I'm really, proud in the sense that the school is going forward with this, because this is really a top level course. The computer science standards integration with math, ELA, engineering, and media is taking place. We also have the AAPI, which is the Asian American and Pacific Islander standards, being included into the curriculum. We then talked about the testing, NJSLA. We also talked about departmental metric assessments, which, benchmarks and things like that, how we measure overall student performance over a longer period of time. We talked about summer courses being offered, SAT prep, college essay boot camp, which is great. We do a lot for college prep. Common App boot camp to get students familiar with that. A Canvas, I guess you call it a boot camp, but it's an introduction to Canvas, which is the interactive software that we use. Online financial literacy is also being offered, and an ELL summer gardening program, which is pretty interesting. Then we went over the summer reading list, and we talked about that. We also, a topic came up about integrating social skills into the curriculum. And I thought that was an interesting one that several board members brought up. And they were concerned with the effects of social distancing and what COVID has done in the past couple of years. And basically, within, I know myself as an educator, but I know within the district as well, we do foster social skills. That's one of the things we do as teachers. And, we vary the projects so that you get the students to cooperate. And so it's very interesting to see. It's almost like the pandemic kind of delayed some of the social skills, but now they are coming back. And the district, the curriculum board did recognize that it is coming back, and we are emphasizing active class participation. And then we went on to the technology plan that was under review. This year we're having laptops refreshed, meaning that old laptops are out, new laptops are coming in. So there are, as everybody knows, supply side delays going on. So that came up as an issue that, Apple is kind of a little bit behind on back orders. So, rest assured we won't get rid of the old ones until we get the new ones. Okay. And that's about it. If anybody wants, you can look at their report. There's also, I attached the minutes from the larger meeting, if anybody wants to look at that. Any questions? Or does anybody want to add that was in the meeting?
I think we're really lucky to have so much talent in this district with technology and curriculum, and we're just really blessed to have lots of really good high-level people writing the curriculum, pushing the envelope, knowing what's out there. And the technology piece is like, yay, us.
I do want to add that, yes, the tech department is working on 45 projects over the summer.
That's crazy.
It's amazing. Okay, and I didn't get into all the details of all the tech changes that are going on, but there's firewall, there's iPad rollout coming out. So there's a lot of things, and we are always ahead of the curve, which is great to see. And at the larger meeting, each supervisor did give an evaluation report on the curriculum, which was in more detail, which was very good to see.
What's being done with iPads?
iPads, they're being distributed to teachers as a second teaching tool so that they can project through their iPad or their computer,
Okay.
but they can move around the room and work with students as they
Interesting.
do that.
Great. Thank you.
It's really good. I mean, I've had it. It's hands-on. You can be active
Mobile.
among the students
Yeah.
and move around.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Thank you, Jim. Anything else
Sure.
for Jim or this committee? Any other old business? Any new business? And we will then open to the public on any topic at all. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address the board on any topic at all? Seeing no hands, we will close to the public. We are going to entertain a motion to go into executive session, and we will not be taking action at the end of that, so this will just be a discussion. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second? Roll call? Do it formally.
Dr. Bundy?
Yes.
Mr. Luisi?
Yes.
Mrs. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Malinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Stankus?
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese?
Yes.
Mr. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. Bondo?
Yes. Thank you. Good night, everyone.